I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because you're so into the dancer, what's the difference between a dancer and a duck?
A dancer and a duck. I have no idea.
One goes quick and one goes quack. I know, my jokes are so lame today.
At least you have good jokes. All right.
Well, next up, like Dean introduced earlier, we have this amazing writer. He came all the way from Paris, and he's touring the U.S. right now.
He is?
Yes, he is.
Oh, that's incredible.
Let's welcome Frank Romano. Frank?
All right, where's Frank going to sit?
Frank, take a seat.
Thank you. Should I take the microphone or?
Yeah.
Got it.
Good idea, Frank.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
And we promise not to hold you prisoner.
You're not gonna.
Well, no.
Sit down.
You're not
Enjoy.
you're not gonna take the seat out from under. Okay.
It depends. Are you going to be a bad
Come all the way to
boy?
Paris for this. From Paris for this. Hi.
So, Frank,
Yes.
we hear that you wrote this amazing book, and it's a memoir, and you put all your emotions and your spirituality into it, all about yourself. So how would you like the readers and your audience to reflect on everything that you wrote, and how would you like to inspire them?
Well, it's a serious thing, even though we'll give it a little light here. I took a trip down to Morocco, my spiritual trip, and all of a sudden I walk into a mosque. Oh, this is so neat. It turned out to be an extremist group. And after a week of studying Islam with this group, which is I wanted to do, because I was on my way to the Holy Land to find out what my spiritual reality was, they held me captive. And now I'm in this mosque behind a 10-foot wall compound. And the moral of this story is, you know, do a little research before you do something like that. And secondly, they tried some brainwashing, and what helped me resist the brainwashing was my knowledge of other religions and meditation. And we talked a little bit about Taoism up there, Lauren, and to keep me resisting the very heavy brainwashing. But and I finally was not converting. They put me on trial as a spy. They thought I was implanted there to interfere with their Back to Islam movement, mind you, in 1978. And I had to escape. That was the only way I could get out of there. And I found, thank God, a way to get out.
And how did you get out? Oh, sorry.
Do you want to know the moral of the story, Storm Over Morocco?
Yes.
Not that I want you to buy the book to find it out. Is that why? I don't know. But you really want to know?
Yes.
Right.
The only shot I had was the guard. You know, I was very weak. I had done Ramadan. I wasn't drinking bottled water. They weren't giving me exactly bottled water there, so my intestines were rebelling. I'd lost about 25 pounds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do not consider this as a fast weight reduce plan, okay? It really was, I was very emaciated. I couldn't climb over the 10-foot wall fence, so I offended the guard, and that was a Freudian slip. And the guard was distracted for a while once. He teased me by saying, "I'll let you go," opened up the door and slammed it shut. But unfortunately, I kept my cool and realized there was some daylight there. And while I distracted the guard, I told him, "Guard, go get some of my money. I can help you with some, I don't need money. I'm here, I'm in paradise here." I slipped out the door because it jarred open. It was jarred. He thought he'd closed the door and locked it, jarred open, and I slipped out and ran. And I hid, and fortunately they didn't find me, and people hid me in Casablanca, and I was able to leave surreptitiously.
Well, I think this is what we could say is a cautionary tale for young travelers who are out there doing around Europe, around foreign countries, even in the United States.
You can never be careful where you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Never be too careful, you're right.
And you always have to let people know where you are, I think.
You know, you're right. And Lauren, it's amazing, and I want to thank you also, Rebecca, that you hit the nail right on the head. I didn't do any research before I went down there. And so do a little bit of research before you go to especially foreign countries, but even in your own country, do a bit. There's a lot of information out there, more now, than we had before. And but the moral of the story is, but follow your spiritual path. I don't have the monopoly to the embodiment of universal love through religion. You've got your own.
The book?
Yes, yes. This is Storm Over Morocco. I don't have the monopoly of. I don't want to cover your face, Lauren.
No, that's right. All right, I'll hold it.
Okay, thanks. But I encourage people to follow your own path, and that may take you different places. You may find out what I found out through this harrowing experience without even leaving your living room. So, you know, through meditation and through knowledge, you don't need to take this trip, but do it your way. That's the moral of the story.
And Frank Romano, what is the publisher's name?
Yes, this is World Audience, and a New York City publisher, an up-and-coming publisher, and also has published a poetry book too. But it's a very dynamic publisher right here in Manhattan.
All right, we look forward to seeing it, and I hope I see it in the public library too.
It's there.
You were mentioning that.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah, it's in the. I had an event at the Mid-Manhattan Public Library, and it was fantastic. The PowerPoint, it's there.
All right.
So you don't have to buy it, but I think you should buy it.
That's quite all right.
You were mentioning earlier how you're from Northern California.
Yeah.
So how do you like Paris compared to California?
Paris I like because even though traditionally California is supposed to be the free and easy liberal place, I find Paris is really open and more it's a dichotomy. It's very liberal and you're free, but it's also very traditional. And California is very liberal and so forth, but it's ironic when California sometimes is not so free and easy as one might think. But Paris has been a bastion for me, a place for me where I can do thinking, and people seem to all be interested in whatever you're doing artistically there. I like that. And it's not always how much money you're making, what do you do? You don't care that much. I like that.
Very laid back, personally.
Yeah, it is.
But that's awesome. I've never been to Paris. So.
Oh yeah. Well, you have to come by, and I'll take you to places that are not on the tourist list. Believe me. I think you'll like that.
How long
I haven't read the book yet. It's a cautionary tale. Paris, Part 1.
Right, and I do talk about Paris.
How long are you touring for in the U.S.?
Be here 2.5 weeks here on the East Coast, and then another 2.5 weeks in California and Oregon. So I'll be here about a month and a half. So it's a long tour.
Is there anywhere that you're going to be where you could tell people to come and meet?
And as a matter of fact, just by chance, I have the list right here.
And we want to actually see the New York spots because we're not traveling to Los Angeles this week.
Yeah, no, the East Coast spots. I've made it a point. I was lucky to be at Human's bookstore in Harlem the last time, and a cyber cafe on downtown Manhattan, and now I'm focusing on outskirts. So I'll be at Huntington Station in New York, June 12th, 4 to 8. New Jersey, Bridgewater Township, June 13th. Those are the next ones coming up. Woodbridge Center, New Jersey. These are all border stores for now. June 17th, Paramus, New Jersey. June 18th, Staten Island. That'll be June 19th at Borders Express. So there's several others. I don't want to give you a whole list, but
no, I think
that's enough. Yeah.
Do you have a website that people could go to?
Thank you. It's www.frankromano, and that's well, I can't see that.
R-O-M-E.
Right. R-O-M as in Mary, A-N as in Nancy, O. FrankRomano363.com. And to bridge everything is I finally got to the Holy Land. Not then. I was able to escape at that time. I finally got to the Holy Land 25 years later, and I'm engaged in a lot of interfaith events now, and you will find all that information working with Jews, Muslims, and Christians in the Holy Land on frankromano363.blogspot.com. And so let's stay in touch.
Thank you very, very much. We
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
My pleasure.
It's a pleasure
Thank you.
to have you on a show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
My microphone fell.
We'll talk to you after the show.
Yes, I'll be there. I'll be waiting for it.
Next up, we'd like to welcome back Clara to do another dance for us. But just before she starts, just to let you all know, we are on every single Tuesday. Please tune in always to I'll Make You a Star at www.mnn.org, Channel 56, or just Channel 56 on regular TV. Thank you.